What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Drew Report. I just want to throw this in, by the way. I'm getting very sick of the New England Patriots. I actually went to that crap game and I just left early because it was so bad. They look terrible. Even the offense isn't doing well. Brady doesn't trust anybody. I'm really sick of it. This season better turn around. Otherwise, I might have to stop watching. But that's neither here nor there. I'll stop complaining. To get right into the scoring, this week we had the stud of the week play the dud of the week. So that I can't remember that ever happening before. But this was one extreme stud of the week this week. Dave McNeil of Flama Blanca beating El Champion 158.3 to 64.1. Davey, I think, pulled off, I think, the closest to a 100-point victory that we've ever had. Let's see, Philip Rivers. By the way, Philip Rivers is his backup. Matt Stafford, one of the top quarterbacks out there, I think the number 3 quarterback in fantasy points this year, was on a bye week. Maurice Jones-Drew, on a bye week. Detroit's defense, on a bye week. You'd think that McNeil would be ripe for the picking this week. Not so much. Philip Rivers, who just traded for 33 points, had his first decent game of the year this week. Arian Foster, 21. Michael Bush. Michael Bush only playing because Darren McFadden's out, 18.9. Vincent Jackson, 32 points. Sidney Rice, a paltry 6.9. Dustin Keller, only 6 points. DeMarco Murray, another guy who was a late season ad, 18.6. In Dallas's defense, a substitute defense, 14 points. Just absolutely amazing. Andrew, just bad week. His kicker was his top guy, 14 points. Steven Jackson, 14.2. Matt Schaub, 8.8. Jay Cutler on his bench got 20. Ben Tate on his bench got 17.5. But I mean, whatever. It doesn't really matter. He wasn't going to win this week. I'll kind of mix in the mailbag. Big Dave's mailbag question was, do you think anybody else is going to score 160 points? Yeah, you could have, actually. You'd think that McNeil's would have played all the best players in his team, but no, he left 16.6 points in his bench with Brandon Marshall. That was 10 points over Sidney Rice, so he could have had almost 170 points and truly won by over 100 points. So that's that. Great week for McNeil. I mean, imagine what could have happened if some of his starters were playing. Scary fantasy team you got there, Davey. So congratulations and on being stud of the week, and Andrew as another dud of the week. It happens. All right, next up, myself on the biggest losing streak so far, a 4-game losing streak. I started off 4-1, and now I'm 4-5, losing to Team Punishment, who's also 4-5. 97.1 to 78.1. Mark Sanchez just didn't do anything for me. Got 11 points. Matt Castle got Chris 13.9. Chris just beat me with just a ragtag bunch. I don't even know who this C. Bonnet guy is from Cleveland, but he must be playing in place of Peyton Hillis. He only got 2 points. LT got 11. Marshawn Lynch got Chris 20 points, and the Green Bay D got him 16. That was the big difference here. I wouldn't go over my lousy team and what they did. I actually could have won this week if I had started Antonio Brown, Pierre Thomas, and Matt Hasselbeck. I made all the wrong roster decisions. Chris didn't make any roster mistakes that I can see here. So congratulations, Chris. Good week. The opposite of congratulations to me, I'm absolute crap. Let's see here. Lemonade and Brownies pulling off a win over 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. They're both tied at 3 and 6 now. 102.8 to 91.5. Let's see here. Matt Ryan had a good game for Kevin, 27 points. Mike Tolbert, 20 points, great. Rashad Mendenhall finally starting to pick up 11.5 points. Larry Fitzgerald, who's been quiet this year, 10 points. Not a bad game at all. Mike having some trouble here. He's just starting some guys that, some Jay Baldwin guy for KC. Yeah, blah. Tom Brady only got 20 points. You really thought he'd be getting more out of Brady at this point. And Mike didn't really leave anything on his bench. Kevin did. Reggie Bush on his bench, 20 points. Really kind of taken over for Daniel Thomas. He's getting the majority of the carries. Joe Flacco, no, that wouldn't have been as much as Eric Decker, 10 points. Yeah, would have gotten Kevin a little bit more. Kevin could have had even a higher score, but good week for Kevin overall. Mike's really having trouble with those injuries. Andre Johnson, that's just really killing him. I mean, your first round guy, that's going to really, really hurt. Willis McGahee actually had a great week for him, 28 points. That's kind of saved him from not having a terrible week, but yeah, he's got to get a little bit more luck there. Very close game. Donkey Punch, Fuji beating Danielle's double TDs 95 to 93.8, 1.2 point victory for Fuji. Drew Brees 22 points, pretty good. Beanie Wells had a bad game, 3.3. Chris Johnson finally did something, 11 points. Mike Wallace 11. Trey Nelson's doing good, 16.5, and Gronk 16. Danielle, wow, you know what? That Darius Hayward-Bay getting the goose egg for you. That is what hurt you. That's really what hurt you. Anybody else you started would have gotten you more. So T. Bruston. Did you have another receiver besides Steve Bruston? Yeah, Hushmanzada would have done for you. Would have gotten you the win. That's gotta sting, Danielle, knowing that you got that goose egg and could have won. But you know, it was a close game. I don't know how you guys are doing. You're 4-5. Oh, Fuji 7-2. Another close game that Fuji won, just to keep that really good lead and be right. And now he's tied with Tommy for first in the single persons division. So big shakeups there. Let's see. Next up is the Lizard Kings beating Ashley's All Pros out. Lizard King's on quite a streak. He's on the exact opposite streak I was. I believe he was 1-4 and is now 5-4. He did the exact opposite that I did, and now actually has a better record than me, which is amazing. Beating Ashley's All Pros out 113 to 80. Eli Manning, good game, 21 points. Greg Jennings, 10. Michael Turner, 14. Antonio Gates, 16. Brandon Jacobs, 16. Ashley's All Pros. Wow, there's not much going on, Eric. Usually your teams are better than this. Josh Freeman, just a blah guy. Ray Rice is doing okay. D. Ware, I don't even know who that is. Oh, that's the other guy, the other running back on the Giants, did nothing. Mario Manningham did nothing. Oh, 9 points, not that bad. Kicker did well. Other than that, just complete crap. Really, really too bad, EP. Yeah, not much in your bench either. Not much you could have done, but Dave just had another good week. Nobody that's no real blockbuster this week, but everybody was pretty steady, and that's what wins your football games. So congratulations, David. The kick in the dick in the week is something I can't even explain. We've been doing this, I think this is our 5th season, and never has this happened before, because the odds are astronomical. We had what appeared to be a tie between Jigga and Tommy, 100.7 by both teams. I mean, 100.7 by both teams. What are the odds that would have happened? That's absolutely amazing. Now, people have asked me on the mailbag, a couple people did, why did Jay get the win here? Why was he credited with the win instead of a tie? I honestly don't know. I put in a question to the management of Fox Sports asking them why. I couldn't find it anywhere on the boards, figuring out why that would be a tiebreaker. I think they assumed there'd never be any ties. But the only thing I can assume is that they look at bench points as a tiebreaker, because Jay had 38.8 points as bench and Tommy only had 6. That's the only thing I could think of. Jay could have actually really pulled away with this if he had started Tebow instead of Vic, because Tebow had 20 more points. Jay could have had like 120 points. Aaron Rodgers had 40 points for Tommy. It's insane. 28 points for Julio Jones in Atlanta for Jay. But I really don't know what to make of that tie, guys. I'm going to try to find out. I'm going to send another query in, just try to make heads or tails of it. But that just kind of is what it is. So that's about it. So I kind of included the mailbag during the report this week. Don't forget, well, it's a little late now if you forgot, but there's a Thursday night game tonight. So if any of you guys didn't put in your lineups and you have someone from San Diego or Oakland, you kind of screwed. Especially, or if you left someone in from last week on San Diego or Oakland that you didn't want to play. That just is what it is. Please don't bother calling me up or emailing me asking me to change your roster. I'm not doing it. You got to pay attention to that stuff. So that's about it. Good luck this weekend, everybody. Let me take a look at I want to take a look at the standings. This is like people are finally starting to realize the best year of fantasy we've ever had. Married Persons League. Jay's at 5-4. 3 people at 4-5. Another 2 people at 3-6. Very close, very close. Anybody could pull it out. Anybody could. The other side, Andrew's the only one that's out of it. He's at 2-7. Everybody else, Tommy and Fuji are at 7-2, and the other ones are all a game apart. It's a really close league, and with a few weeks left, anybody could really pull this thing out. Don't forget, half the league is going to be in the playoffs, and half the league isn't. So any questions on that, just take a look at the rules there or send me a mailbag question. That's about it, guys, and I'll see you next week on the Drew Report.